Hey everybody, welcome to episode 10 of the Carrie Roll Dawn Show, where we spend 30 minutes or so a week having conversations that matter to the mompreneur's mind, body, and business. I'm your host, Carrie Roll Dawn. I'm a wife, a mother, an author, a coach, a mompreneurial business consultant, a personal growth junkie, and your total business BFF. And I help busy mompreneurs who are ready to spread their wings to leverage their unique gifts and their limited time so they can get their businesses off the ground, make an impact on the world, and help support their families as well. Now, I created the Carrie Roll Dawn Show because I have stumbled, and I continue to, on my journey, my entrepreneurial journey, because the road to success thus far has been full of potholes, detours, dead ends, screaming children in the back seat, not to mention self-doubt, fear, worry, debt, marital tension, and personal struggle. And I wanted to share what I continue to learn on my journey in the hopes that it will help others too. So I believe in the mompreneurial dream, and I really want to support others on the journey. And that is why I have created a Google Plus community called Business Besties. And it's for mompreneurs or those with a heart or a business for serving mompreneurs, where we can get together inside Google Plus and become each other's business BFFs. So to join, you can either search Business Besties over in Google Plus, or you can use the link in my lower third, and you should be able to join that community. Okay, so today's topic is shiny object syndrome, and let's just cut the crap and get right to the point. I am a recovering shiny object syndrome-aholic. So allow me to explain. As a new coach and stay-at-home mom, I was determined to earn 6 or 7 figures or more working from home. And for me, this meant learning about how to leverage more than my one-on-one time, how to create information products, and gain an online presence. So I began scouring the internet for information on how to do this. And suddenly, and I was like subscribing, I was downloading free stuff. And suddenly I was bombarded with free information, free video series, webinars, and teleclasses from well-respected 6- and 7-figure business owners who were doing exactly what I wanted to do and were willing to teach me how if I would enroll in their program. So I did, and I bought online program, and then one led to another. And each bit of new business advice seemed to lead me down the rabbit hole of other programs and services that I needed to invest in if I wanted to achieve my goals. So the solution to my business dreams always seemed to be one program away. And I simply got to the point where I felt like a total fool. I felt like some kind of like business/self-help sucker. I was thousands of dollars in debt and more confused than ever, and actually more defeated than ever. I felt like if I have invested all this money in all of these programs and I still don't have the success that I want, maybe I wasn't meant to do this. Maybe this is just too hard. Maybe I'm not smart enough to figure this out. But the problem really was shiny object syndrome. And thank goodness for my friend and expert coach, Kelly Jo Murphy, who gave me a virtual slap upside the head and reminded me that I didn't need another program. I just needed to stop letting really good fear-based marketing get to me. Now, I met Kelly Jo a little over a year ago, where she was an active member in a joint venture community that I had joined. She too was a busy mompreneur with a dream of doing business online and a passion for fitness, fun, and authenticity. So duh, of course we connected. We became friends, and we have supported each other in growing our businesses through the roller coaster that is home-based mompreneurhood. Kelly Jo has 4 kids, by the way, which just it adds like one more to my crazy life, so I can just imagine. But one of the things that I continue to be impressed by Kelly Jo is her ability to cut through the crap and get to what matters most in the moment. She has a knack for helping people figure out their niche and their unique offer. And what started out as Kelly Jo just really connecting with other people and trying to help her fellow coaches has turned into her full-time coaching business. Funny how that works. Kelly Jo has quickly become the go-to expert in becoming the go-to expert. She I know actually she doesn't like to be called an expert maker because she insists that her clients already are experts. But that's what she does. She helps her let me try that again. She helps her clients become known as experts, and that's a really important distinction. So if you're a coach or an author or a speaker or a mompreneur and you want to become known as a go-to expert, hold on to your seats, people, because we're going to get into it. And let us know. Use the comment section to say hello and to tell us a little bit about what you do. I know I'm in my 10th episode and I still can't get that darn comment tracker to work, but I'll be watching the comments, so I won't be able to pull them up on screen, but I'll be able to watch the comments and let you engage in our conversation. Okay, so today, Kelly Jo and I are going to talk about how to know when you really need to invest in another program and when it is just shiny object syndrome, and really a distraction from the work that you ought to be doing to become the go-to expert in whatever it is you do. Kelly Jo believes bold, soul-centered coaches and entrepreneurs who want success on their terms absolutely must listen to the intuitive expert within, as well as become a master marketer and salesperson. She helps coaches step into their own bold power, find their unique message, and become the go-to expert in their field. So Kelly Jo, I'm going to welcome you. I see poor Kelly Jo's been having some technical difficulties, so I see that you bounced out and came right back in. But go ahead and unmute yourself and say hello.
Hello, Carrie. Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Poor Kelly Jo is like so stressed out about using Google Hangouts, and of course, in her first experience, she keeps hopping in and off. But we're gonna let that go, Kelly Jo, and just go with the flow and get started. So tell me, first off, what is it? What is shiny object syndrome? And then maybe share your own experience with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the best way to describe shiny object syndrome is, just like you said, first to share my story with it, because then you can see how it all relates, in how it evolves within someone who's trying to, make a profitable business online for themselves this way. So I've been a coach for about 14 years. I had a few different niches here and there, bounced around a little bit, enjoyed all of them. But I always just kind of felt there was something missing, and so I had to just keep finding the next niche or the next program, or the next whatever it was. And all of the profits I was making were going just right back into the business. So it wasn't like I was actually having a profitable business. It was like all of these gurus out there were saying, you need this one if you're going to be successful. And I'm like, well, I want to be successful, so yeah, okay, I'll buy that one. And I convinced myself that it really was, I was investing in my business. But after investing more than what I was actually making, it just became apparent that, wait a minute, this is just an expensive hobby. As much as I'm making money, I'm not really making money, that way. And all of those things all along the way. And it's not just gurus programs that that you jump in on and invest. It's like, well, which niche should I go for? Well, I'm a coach. I've been a coach for many years. I could help anybody, really, right? A coach, is a facilitator in essence. And but you've got to pick a niche in order to market to them. And picking, I think, was the hardest thing, because you just want to help everybody. And so you're shiny objecting on this niche, and then you're shiny objecting on that niche. So there's many areas in our business that shiny object syndrome, can happen. It really wasn't until I started listening, more fully to what, like you mentioned, my own inner expert within, to guide me, rather than the outer things in the marketing world that were saying, no, you need this one, no, you need that one. It was like, wait a minute, let me look within for my own answers. And when I looked within for my own answers, I was able to go, oh, that is a really good program, but that one isn't what my inner expert is saying I need right now for me to move forward to actually have a profitable business. And so that's what I do, is I help those struggling with this kind of thing, that are always, grabbing the next thing that's out there, to focus in, but focus in not in a way that limits them, but in a way that helps them to be fully themselves, fully who they are in what they're doing in their business. So that's kind of my story. And
And maybe this is perfect timing because Kelly Jo has frozen on my screen, which may mean that I am frozen on your guys' screens. I don't really know. But what the heck, people? What is happening is that my background blurriness has disappeared, and now you can all see my living room. And the lower thirds have just gone bye-bye, and I have no idea why that has happened, but I'm just going to go with it. And I'm reading the comments right now. Well, actually, I'm waiting for, hopefully, Kelly Jo to reemerge on my screen. And there's some really good stuff. One, you guys are mentioning that my lower third has disappeared. And I want to read what Melanie McDonald says. She says, just put the energy into your work instead of all the shiny objects. I don't suffer from this, but some of my clients and colleagues certainly do. Looking forward to learning some good ways to help them beat the syndrome. So thank you, Melanie. If I can ever get Kelly Jo back, we'll be doing that. And then Danielle Furman says, I
am I back? Oh my God. Come on.
Hey, Kelly Jo.
Hey! It just keeps dropping me.
You know what? You know what? It's okay. I'm watching. My computer screen says we're live. I've been watching the comment feed. People are going, wait, we lost you. Okay, we're still here. But I'm just going to keep talking. I'm just going to keep going with it. So
keep talking. I knew you'd talk, so that would be a problem.
well, and what happened is I eventually got it. Actually, my screen said you're kicked out. So never happened to me before, but whatever. I'm going to blame it on you. And okay, so I am going to jump back into the conversation. I was reading what people were saying. They're now saying we're back. We have visuals. So yay! Thanks for hanging in there with us, guys. But back to our conversation. So you talked about that you recognized at some point that what you had was an expensive hobby. And you also talked about these gurus have these programs. And I know a lot of us have become kind of jaded in that we feel like, ah, like that program seems like the thing I need, but why are they charging so much? Or that program, if I had the money to pay for that program, then I could get my business to the level I wanted to. And there's like this frustration around, um, I think what you talked about, investing. So I'm going to actually go on a tangent here and tell you, there was a post in Business Besties recently, and it was a one of my colleagues saying that she refuses to create any business debt. And I sort of argued that with like, I used to have that feeling too, and yet it wasn't until I got into a little bit of business debt that actually I started to take my business seriously. So I
Oh
think
yeah,
that
I remember you writing that. I read that. Yeah.
um, okay, so anyways, I don't know if where you want to go with it, but I am drawn to the whole idea of money and investing in your business versus when is it just something that you don't need.
Right, absolutely. So, I've been an entrepreneur, not just a coach. I was a coach, been a coach for 14 years, but I've been an entrepreneur with my husband for 22, 23 years. And one of the things we do is invest in real estate. So there's a whole huge thing about the idea of what debt is really about. There's good debt, there's bad debt. There's different ways to look at it within your business. And if we're going to, bring this all back to the whole shiny object syndrome, it's really about which investments are really the ones that are really right for you. And that's where I bring everyone back to looking at that inner expert to know for sure. Because that's the only place when you're the kind of person, who is easily reaching all over the place, right? To know which one is really right. One of the things I do with my clients is we look at some very focused areas within your business that do need to be there. They're just areas within your business. So let's say, for instance, your platform. So you have now this platform within Google Hangouts, and this is how people are getting to know, like, and trust you. A platform for any coach, solopreneur, online, business owners this way, they need to have some kind of platform. And that's just a given. You need people to be able to get to know you in order to trust you and to say, yes, I like what you're saying. I want to hear more. And that's when you share your offerings, that kind of thing. So that's just one of the areas. But there's a million different platforms out there. You could shiny object syndrome all over the place with all of those. So what we do is we take a look at, well, which platform is really the one that's going to sing to you. If it's singing to you and it's easy and it's fun and you're going to really be yourself in that area, because look at you, this is perfect for you. You're going to attract all the people who are the right ones to attract with what you have to share with them and to serve them with and everything. And then that is how to know. So like you, sharing, like, say, what Lisa Engels, was sharing all about Google Hangouts. You were so all over that because this is the right one. That your own inner self was telling you this was the right platform for you. You're going to shout it from the rooftops, obviously, right? And it's so funny seeing you nod your head and you're muted. So I just have to say that's really funny. So,
Okay, unmuted, and
it's okay. She's funny.
I put myself on back on the screen for a minute because I need to share this with you. Robin Hand says, Kelly Jo Murphy has taught me so much about finding the areas where SOS, shiny object syndrome, hides out. And I think it's all about areas where I feel disempowered. So doing this kind of work is super empowering and growth producing. So piggyback, go.
Well, I know Robin, so obviously I've worked with her, in doing this this whole.
Well, darn it. Okay, let me know if you can still see me because Kelly Jo is frozen again. This poor woman, she's been on her phone, she's been on her computer. Every time we think, oh, wait, you're back. You're back. Okay.
Hello. I was there. Thank goodness. So, yeah, I'm here. Well, I'll just say that it's okay. We'll have a good laugh later. Well, So, Robin, obviously, she's one of my people that I help with this, and um, the transformation that has happened within her business to honoring herself in her business so that she can honor her clients and find the clients that are exactly right for her because of that has just made such a huge difference in everything that she does. And and I've seen that kind of transformation happen when you listen within, and then it's so easy at that point to then say, oh, look at all that someone's sharing over there, or that person's sharing, or I could do a million niches. But when you get very clear about who you are from that place, all of those things aren't shiny anymore. And that's the beauty of it, is they're not shiny, they're just things. They're just things. They just happen to, it's kind of like meditating. When you meditate and the thoughts are just and you start to analyze the thoughts. Well, no, you get calmer, and then the thoughts just eventually float by and you just observe them. And it's the same kind of thing. You're just observing all of those things that used to be shiny, you used to chase. And now you're more centered with who you are and staying in integrity with that. And that's how you get to be the go-to expert, because then you're focused on what it is that's your thing to share.
So you just hit the nail on the head, I think, in saying, and this is something, by the way, like I'm just recovering from shiny. I'm like digging myself out of the shiny object syndrome hole. But is that idea of focus, that it is, right, when you can find your one thing, which the question people are asking is, okay, well, how do I find my one thing? But when you can find your one thing, right, whether it's your niche or your platform or, your thing, there is then this kind of peace that comes with it, and also a focus that comes with it, right? When you find your home, you're able to focus better, which is what you just said. So I do want to give you a chance to talk about what you've got coming up that can help people with shiny object syndrome. But before I do, I wanted to read Sherry's comment. She says, I love what Kelly Jo said about listening to your inner expert to know where to focus. But what do you do when you have aspects of your inner self that want different things? And I can totally relate to this, as like, I want to be your business BFF. Ooh, but I'm so in love with my Run Yourself Happy book, my Run Yourself Happy system. What do I do? I get these two things.
How do you integrate them? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this actually this morning, about how I have all of these Sybil things going on, and I think that's where it can easily translate into shiny object, because we want to do all of them. Each of us has one thread that's within us, that's coming from our soul that way, and it can translate in the outer world into numerous places and numerous things. It doesn't mean that you have to only do one thing out there. What it just means is you're coming from the one place within that's the deepest, most transformational place within yourself. And when you find that, then it's just easier to make the kinds of choices that one year you may be focusing on this, and another year you might be focusing on this, and the one place within is going to help guide you to know which one is the right time, because timing is a huge part of it all. Because a lot of times with shiny object syndrome, we think we need all of it right now. Well, you don't need all of it right now. There's a time and a place, for everything within our business. Just like in our JVIC community, and they speak of patience, and that kind of patience needs to be there in order for us to know when the right time is, also to bring those kind of things out with what we're working on and doing. We can always, go deeper into that, like you said, that I have something to share, a teleclass that I have coming up that's all about focusing in on that and finding out for yourself what that is within you, so that we can look at those different areas within your business and see which ones are Oh, now unmute yourself. See? You
I
did
know,
it.
I did it. I did it. You
I
froze on
didn't
my
mute myself
screen.
either between silly.
It's all
Okay.
right. You froze on my screen, so I panicked because now I'm worried that we're like, now I'm freaking out over here. But so it maybe my internet is the problem. I do not know. But I lost the end of what you were saying. So I'm going to tell everybody that, and Kelly, I hear your fan. So if you could mute yourself for a second.
I'm trying
Oh,
to.
then never mind. We don't want to lose you. Never mind. Everyone just listen to Kelly Joe's fan. Um, I have posted the link to your teleclass coming up, and
Okay.
I'll let you. I know we both have to leave in like 3 minutes because we have to be on another call. But I just want to like give a really important mention to that because it is. Oh, Kelly Joe, your fan is driving me crazy. So
I'm sorry. I keep
actually,
trying to click this button and it just won't
I'm
click.
I'm turning down your volume, at least in my own ears. Um, so all I want to say about Kelly Joe's teleclass is that I've gotten a little bit of preview about what it's going to be, and I know, right? We're talking about shiny object syndrome and about sign up for a teleclass, and then we all know a teleclass is going to lead into a sales pitch. And is it just going to be one other thing that I need? Um, but I wouldn't have brought Kelly Joe on the show if she wasn't somebody who was going to help us so much in that teleclass. Like I have done a lot of work on my shiny object syndrome-ness and feel like finally, after years of struggling, I am getting to that place of patience, getting to that place of strategy, as opposed to like, well, I just have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do it all now. And it feels really good. And it feels like all of my gifts and talents that I'm able to really, I'm freaking awesome coach. I am great with mompreneurs. But running my own business, right, has been this like sort of frenetic, is that the right word? Like crazy squirrel on crack, basically. And I'm so excited about Kelly Joe's teleclass because I know what it's going to be about. I've seen the outline, and you better believe I will be on there, even if it's just to pat myself on the back because finally I'm there. But I'm going to be on there learning and taking notes and going through the process with you. So I see that you're back and I'm going to unmute you. So unless you've muted yourself.
I'm
Okay.
here now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So finish up telling us about that so we know like what can we expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I'm going to actually, for everyone who comes to the teleclass, I'm going to be giving them what's called a Muse Money Map. And on this Muse Money Map, we're literally going to be going through it and personalizing this money map to help everyone on the call to focus on these different areas in their business so that they know exactly where they need to focus. Not where somebody else is telling them, but from their inner expert knowing where they need to focus to actually start having a profitable business instead of spending more money on programs. So yeah, it isn't just going to be me talking at people, you know, kind of a thing. We're going to be interacting and actually doing work within the call so that people can take that away from the call.
Awesome, Kelly Joe. And just to finish up, I'm looking at my own comments, and I hope you guys can all appreciate my terrible typing skills because I tend to get excited to share and then not type so well. So Nicole is laughing at me being a squirrel on crack. But I wanted to share one from Don Andrews that says, Kelly Joe has helped me realize that leverage your lady power, how awesome is that, by the way, is my thing, my guiding principle. But there are a few different delivery methods. And I'm like, I do this all the time. I'm irritating myself with that. And yeah, I mean, I think that is what Kelly Joe's gift is. I'm glad that I didn't know how much you wanted to tell. I'm so glad that you like revealed that we're going to be going through the Muse Money Map because, oh my gosh, it's such a powerful and effective tool. And Kelly Joe is absolutely known for just being a giver. Like that's how she's got into her business. Like she thought she was going to be, when she started this online entrepreneurship, she thought she was going to be like this fitness guru, but she just was such a giver, and she was so gifted at helping other coaches that before she knew it, it was like, oh, I guess as it turns out, this is my thing, because people are like seeking me out and wanting to pay me for this. And that, you know, now she's got a whole process about it, and she's freaking fantastic. So I see that it is 11:02. Guys, this has been my most challenging show by far, but I love how...
Take it. Let's do it. I'm good with challenges. Let's go. So, hey, we need to work. This has been fun. So I appreciate it, Carrie.
So, well, thanks, Kelly Jo. And what I wanted to say is, since our lower thirds disappeared for no apparent reason,
I guess it is gone.
Yeah, so I've posted the link to Kelly Jo's upcoming teleclass a couple of times in the comment section. It's also in the if you read the show description when you want to click to learn about Kelly Jo, it's one of the links in there as well. But can you, before we leave, Kelly Jo, I hope I'm not putting you too much on the spot. I hope you remember date and time for that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It is November 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So once they sign up, they'll get all the information about it and information about the Muse Money Map, too.
Okay, but so mark your calendars now, because November 20th is a little ways away. And between now and November 20th, you are going to be noticing how many different offers for programs that you get, right? You're going to be noticing all these things coming at you. They're like, do I need this, or is this shiny object syndrome? So just, and we sort of talked about it, and maybe we'll just have to finish the conversation in the comments, because Kelly Jo and I really do have to go. But yeah, like, notice yourself between now and November 20th, taking yourself through that process of checking in with your inner expert, even if you don't really know her or him yet. Trying that on for size, of checking in with my inner expert and seeing, do I really need this program? Is it going to take me where I need to go? So on that note, Kelly Jo, I'm gonna see you in a few minutes, or hear you in a few minutes on another call. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here and sharing your wisdom. She really is, as you guys have seen in the comment section, she is a total expert maker. She is so good at cutting through the crap and getting you to where you need to be, helping you find your thing. Oh, and she's getting phone calls. So, I'm going to go. I just want to say thank you. If you want to be my business BFF, join me in the Business Besties community. Since my lower third has disappeared, you're going to have to Google it. But we're Business Besties, and we are a public community in Google+, and I would love to have you over there. So huge, big virtual hug for all of you guys who are watching. I will engage with you in the comments, and I know Kelly Jo will too. Just be mindful, we have another call right now, so it might take us an hour or two. So thanks again, Kelly Jo. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.